Welcome to Backer Pause's new series, Beyond the Pause. So in this, we're going to be exploring the workings of crowdfunding. We're going to talk to some people. We're going to answer questions. As a matter of fact, this entire first video is based upon the fact that someone asked me to explain how StreamYard works. And who am I? I do a horrible job of introducing myself so much that I hired myself to make a video so you can know who I am. I'll be right back. Mr. Anderson is the unboxable advocating creator known as the Indie Comics Devil, who will tempt you with his devilish tales of fetish, monsters, and more. He is the giver of free hugs and spanks, and he is a partner in Continuum Comics. Check out everything Anderson at chainlinks.site. All right, we're going to get into it in just a few minutes. Everything that's going on and exploring StreamYard. We're going to talk about videos and how we make videos. I'll even show you a brand new video. Normal Backer Pause is going to be its own episode. So if you go to backerpause.com, you will see what we're advocating for. Today is more about how to make a video, where to promote it, what's StreamYard, and we're going to start with what's StreamYard right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the StreamYard platform, and I'm trying to go over this in a way that's simple. I know a few people might still have questions, so if we have to do a follow-up for this, I'll happily do a follow-up for this. Oh man, the only thing it won't let me do is go to the main page of StreamYard. So unless I sign out, and if I sign out, I can't actually be on this broadcast. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you. You're going to have to sign up. It's like signing up for any other site. You're going to put in your email. They do this thing where they have a cool double feature where they won't give you necessarily a password. You have a password for your account that you can adjust things in. But to actually sign in, you have to get a token. And a token will be sent to you in an email. Basically, a token is just a number. So this is what you'll get when you finally get there. And we're going to, let me move myself over here so you can see a bigger screen. So I'm showing it to you as we go. So this is it. This is where we are. I don't even know if I can join twice, but I have, full disclosure, been on 3 different shows at 3 different times, so we can go in. But here, we're going to go over some basics real quick. So this is your broadcasting room. This is what a lot of people don't see when you actually pay to be part of StreamYard. I do believe there's a free, and let's start right there. Let's talk about their plans. So let's go over here. So you guys can see I'm using monthly essentials. That's $10 a month. So if we go over here, there is a free StreamYard. And now the $10 a month, you notice, isn't here. You're actually going to have to ask to get that. I was offered it because of talking to them, just asking. Tell them I do a lot of advocating. And then they offered me the $10 one. Now, I think the $10 one is available for everyone. If not, these are definitely the ones I know. Now, you can do a monthly or an annual. Annual will save you money, but you got to go money up front. Zero has the stream branding in your streams. It has streaming limits and 6 on-screen participants. The streaming limits are up to 20 hours per month. And then the branding is always in the corner. Now, you'll notice I always have it in the corner, but I don't mind that because I think StreamYard's a good tool, and I want people to know what I'm using. There are other sites that you can use. As a matter of fact, one of the things I'm going to show you about making a video today and about how to make a video, I use OBS. Now, we'll get into that more later, but OBS is also a streaming option. What I like about this, we're going to get into in a few minutes, but let's finish with this. So if you pay the $25 a month, you get no streaming, you get unlimited streaming, you get 10 on-screen participants, you get logos, overlays, backgrounds, custom RT and RTMP designations, you get pre-recorded streams, you get recording up to 6 hours and multi-streaming to 3 destinations. That's what I was talking about. We'll get to. So this gives you 3 streams, but I'll be honest with you, now that you can actually re-upload, and I'll show you that in a minute, something to do a replay. I don't necessarily feel I need it when I'm live because I can always replay it. Let's see, the logo, that's your own genuine logos, overlays. We'll go over all that in a little bit. And then there is the professional version, which is pretty cool. I've worked with people who have used it. The one thing I do like is the full HD video. Multi-streaming recording are really the multi-streaming tape destinations. At least you can do it all at once, but you have to have an audience, and we'll talk about where you're streaming to. You can record up to 10 hours. I don't need to be on these shows longer than I have to be. You guys know me. I try to make these as quick and painless as possible, get you the information you need, and send you on your way. You get pre-recorded on both sides. You get the custom RTMP. That's basically if you want to go to like a Facebook event, you're going through a code within a site as opposed to asking a site like Facebook for permission. Like if you've ever docked up with a different platform using like Instagram and Facebook, they ask for permissions. You've seen it. And if you haven't, you probably aren't there to use it. I don't use it very much. You could do it, but I just don't find the use for it as big as it is. But if you did create a Facebook page with a lot of fans and you want to do this big grand gesture, that's what you would use. You'd go to the Facebook and look for the RTMP, but that's really an advanced class. We're going to keep this 101 today. Overlays we're going to go over. You get the logo. You get the point. I personally, if I couldn't get the $10 one, I'd probably get the $25 one. I don't want to say what the $10 one offers because I don't remember off the top of my head. But I think it's basically the 25, except for the StreamYard brands. And I think there's one other limitation I have. I don't know it off the top of my head, but there is that. So once you sign up, now you have your own site. You get to create something. So let's go over we'll go left to right. So the broadcast, this is your broadcast studio. The videos are your past videos. So this is kind of cool. They keep all the different videos. You can pick your destinations, and you guys can see I have many different destinations that I go to. We can go to Twitter now. Twitter being live is kind of cool. A YouTube channel, which Comic Book School actually, not only do I proudly work with Comic Book School, and they use this studio to go for their shows, but this actual questioning comes from Kevin from the Comic Book School community, and we'll look at that before we go today. Because I want you to go to the forums and I want you to ask questions because I run Comic Book Advocates, but I work with Comic Book School in any capacity they ask me to do. So, and there are many things that we're going to be trading back and forth, and some of the things that I'm going to be moving from Comic Book Advocates, hopefully to Comic Book School. I'm going to put a lot more of my educational stuff onto Comic Book School as opposed to Comic Book Advocates. This will still be your home. Comic Book Advocates, the place where the love of comics comes first, will always be the home to backer pause, but you might see it occasionally on the Comic Book School stream. And what we do is we record it like we're recording now. And even now, I'm recording this at 12 noon on Wednesday the 2nd, February 2nd, Groundhog Day, saw a shadow. But I'm going to replay this at our normal time slot, backer pause 9 p.m. I'm going to do that, showing you how in just a minute. Well, when I could do that is remember I said I could do replay. So we do replay and I pick different destinations to go to it. Could you also do it on different days? If I want to test out, you could have a rerun 5 days a week. I wouldn't do it because you might piss your followers off, but there's possibility. When you're kickstarting, there's options there. I'm still trying to figure it out. And again, that's methodology of social media and penetration. That's not a 101 class, and we're considering this 101 members. So this is new. Soon I will be, and then this shows who I am. And I get to put one more person here, which I already know who I'm going to put. So there'll be someone else who accesses it through, there we go. There'll be one more person who gets access to this studio through me. Because right now I'm the only one who has access to it. For anyone to use it, I'd have to give up my sign-in and let them come in. And again, there'd be a token. So here we go, broadcasts. So I want to create a broadcast. I can do new broadcast or pre-recorded. So let's just look at pre-recorded. So select recording. I can actually put one up to there. I can go up to 1 hour. That was one of the differences in my current plan. I can only do 1 hour videos. If you ever hear me talk about we have to cut it off by 1 hour, that's why. I can't rebroadcast a video over an hour. So I keep them to an hour. If I try to upload one that's over an hour, it'll either reject it or it won't play the whole video and cut it off after an hour. So, but I can stay live longer. It just cuts off the past broadcast. That's one of the things. So you upload a video right here. You've already made a video. You've downloaded a video from maybe YouTube. You want to replay. I do stress at this point, copyright rules. Just because music is necessarily free on YouTube doesn't mean it's free on, believe it or not, Twitter. There can be stuff, especially TikTok. Your TikToks can't always be shown on other platforms because of the streaming rights. But just so you know, and I'll show it when we get in the studio, we have music now in the broadcast studios. And I'll play some while we're going. So I know this is very techie. This is not a sexy video unless you're into this stuff, and I am. So this is very sexy to me. You can upload a video here, past broadcast. This is what I like. So here we are right now. We have the CBS Buddy is Back. I had a great interview with James on that about his Kickstarter. You should go check it out. It's a comic book school YouTube channel right now. So here we go. Buddy is Back. And I just could choose that. And then after I choose it, then I'll put, let's see, now I get the destinations. Now we did everything comic book school. So to help out the interview I did, I'll put it on my Rob Anderson page. I'll put it on my new profile. And the reason I have two profiles, by the way, is this one's going to be turned into a professional one. And then right over here, I'll put it on Twitter for our headlines. And then right here is all the stuff that we should have had for it. So I'm just going, what I'll do is I'll go to the YouTube, because on YouTube, we have already put the video. So I just go to YouTube Comic Book School. And you guys can't see this at the moment because I can only show you one screen. By the way, I'm showing you a screen on my computer right now. And once we get into the studio, that'll make a little more sense. But so all I'm doing right now, and you might hear it play for a second. No, I caught it before it did. So I'm just going to copy and paste everything I wrote up yesterday. I could also go into the StreamYard, and I'll show you that in just a second in the past StreamYards. But here we go. I'll do this. And then I'm going to want to mark a thing, and then we'll do the upload of the image. I don't know if you guys can see the images right now. You actually, no, I don't think you see that. I opened a tab to upload an image. You'll see the image uploading now, I'm sure. And there it is. It's uploaded. I'm going to set it for Friday. I don't know. I'll set it for tomorrow. Set it for tomorrow at 9 a.m. And now that'll play. And then I just hit customize for each destination. I hit create. And now you notice on that list, there it is. Sweet, right? So I was talking about the past interviews here, all the past ones. So you could use it, you can download it, you can share it, you can embed it, you can stream the recording. I haven't hit that button yet, but I'm assuming it just goes straight into re-recording. But you can also enter into the older studios. Now, this should not cause us any big problems, but you can see the comments get left over on the corner. This is how a studio look. We'll get into the studio in just a minute. But if I ever want to do anything, I can go up to here and get the info, or does it not let it anymore? I used to be able to come in here and get the info. But still, you can get the info, and we're going to back out of this now. You can get some of the info here by just going to oh, they got rid of the edit. So they must have gotten rid of that. You used to be able to still edit old stuff. I guess they changed that for some reason. But just make sure you don't get any spelling mistakes. You're going to have to go into each one individually at their different places. And you can see this was viewed on Facebook, viewed on YouTube, viewed on Twitter. You can also delete the recording. Why is that important? Because they now give you storage space. And as you guys can see, I'm using 36. You might not be able to see where I am right now. So I'm just going to go off screen for a second and give this the whole screen. So see down there in the left corner, it says 36.4 of 50 hours. You get 50 hours part of your plan, and that's where all that reruns come from, the showings. And what I'll come in here and I'll do is I'll start to delete some of the older posts, like back or pause when something goes off and I'm not going to play it as repeat. That's what I do. I take it off. So that's this side of it. Real simple. All right, so making a broadcast. Now, destinations, again, that's somewhere you want to set it up. And when you add a destination, like I said, it's going to ask you where you want to go. And then it's going to ask, don't worry, you'll not time out. There it goes. Couldn't find any pages. So I'm not signed in to Facebook. That's why. But if I had any Facebook pages right now, it would tell me which ones to do. And oh, by the way, it does not work on Safari for Mac users. You have to use like Google Chrome. That is one thing you'll have to download. It does not work with Safari. But all right. So there we go. StreamYard. You attach it, and then it'll just say you click and you give permission. It's pretty basic. So, and then when you want to create a new broadcast, it's a little different, but not really. So let's do Comic Book School meets my Comic Book Advocates Twitter, not mine, but Comic Book Advocates Twitter meets. Oh, I used to have the RPN ones. I got rid of them because they're old. Let's just go over here to YouTube. So we didn't do YouTube, right? So I'll put it on the Comic Book Advocates YouTube. And you can see right there, I can't do more than 3. I should go to a professional plan. So I come over here, I do this. I put a title, I put a description. Now this is kind of cool. Scheduling later allows you to do a thumbnail. That's what I was actually doing before. When that's an announcement one. It gives you the chance to change the time here. You can put up, if the image is too big, it'll tell you. It's weird. YouTube has different requirements than everyone else. And I always suggest putting a link in here to come back to whatever you're talking about if you have an ability to link. And if you don't, put in your own profile. I don't put my own profile because I usually do something about comic book advocates or the topic I'm talking about. But if I had no topic, I'd probably do that. And then we'd have that. So now we get into the fun part. See, this is more of the annoying part. You just need to know to go to the next part. But here we go. Let's go into the studio. Hopefully we don't cross the streams because you're going to see me in a minute. So I'm going to mute myself. You can see that Dee was using it. So I'm muted. So now you guys. I'm hoping they're still in it. I'm trying to see. Oh, I know what it is. I think I know because it's playing the music. Let me see. Does that do it? No. All right. 1 second. I have to have an open mic somewhere. All right. Nope. All right. I know where it is. Give me 1 second. All right. So here we are back. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to change my screen share so you'll see it through me. So I wish I could show this, but unfortunately, I don't know why it was crossing over. It really shouldn't have been. The mic must have been picking up, even though I muted it for some reason. Annoying as that is. All right, so here we go. I'm just making sure everything's on. All right, we can turn the music back on. Turn it down. All right, sorry about that. But as you can see, when you go into 2 streams at the same time, that's problematic. We had them open in different windows, same computer. You got to play around with it. It's because we're in the same StreamYard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my screen. I apologize for the squeakiness. All right, so here we go. I'm going to show you the stream that we're in right now. So you're going to get that cascading effect. And I'm going to bring up my other profile. Oops, I don't know if I'm going to the right one. Give me a second. So I'm going into a different profile, and then there'll be 2 of us. And you guys can see the things up there. So don't look on the top of your screen, the cascade, because that's going to be what it's going to be. All right, so we're going to enter into the studio. And then, all right. Mute that. There we go. On 2 different computers, it's not the same. So if I actually take myself out, this will probably Let me see. Stop camera. No, still showing that. All right, so it's going to be what it's going to be. Sorry about the cascading. But let's get into the cool stuff over here. Just don't look in the center. So let's go up top. Top's comments. We haven't had any comments on this video yet. Then this is the banners. You can see the different banners that we have. Buddy's last thoughts. Sometimes they go to between different rooms. Oh yeah, by the way, there are rooms. I should actually tell you about that right now. So you go to brand and you see all the different brand stuff that you have, right? But if you go up here, you can have literally different rooms. I think the more you have, the better you have. And you see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we have room for 10. So let me see if it says. Yeah, see, it'll let me create a new one. By the way, if you ever want to change your information, it's not showing it, but there's a mic button here over my picture at the very bottom, and then there's 3 dots, and I don't know why it doesn't show up. But when you do that, you see how that popped up. That's where the 3 dots is. I can edit my audio avatar. What's an audio avatar? You can see the different ones here that we have, and you just pick what you want. We'll do slice of pizza, and done. So now when I mute my, I'm sorry, when I turn my camera off, I'll become a sliced pizza. The reason I didn't is because settings is set to make me the announcer voice. So we go over here, we go to audio avatars. So this is, again, just more basic stuff. It's what your camera, your audio, virtual backgrounds. I don't like them as much. I can create hotkeys. I can crop solo layout to show background image. So, and then guests, you can guest must authenticate. You could even do that. I don't have any band guests on this channel. So, all right. So those are just some settings. But like we talked about the different brands and stuff, you can change your name. You can change, and you can see Mr. Anderson anywhere. You can even do this if you're just a guest. You can mute yourself. I've been having to do because of some feedback. And then when I do the audio avatar now, you'll see me as just a slice of pizza. All right, so the different brands, you have brand color. We did green, so we're in backer pause. You see that top theme is classic, but you can do minimal, you can do block, you can do bubble. And I'll sometimes just move these around and change them when I'm in a mood. Like I like block a little bit. Classic and block always look the same to me, except when you're doing the banners. I think that's the biggest effect, like the banners change. When you do the classic to the block, see how it's got the difference? That's where the big change is. The block comes in closer, so that's why I have that one. All right, so we got join the forums here, and you see comic book school stuff, you know, and then join the assembly. My boy Mike is a 3-time Emmy Award winner, former Wizard and Play. He is a nice guy. So, you know, that just pops up there. Those are your different banners. In the brand thing, here you go. You can do logos. I just leave StreamYard. StreamYard's always been good to me, so I don't mess around. You can see the different images I use for the show, different videos, and when you hit a video, and now with the music, mind you, it will play. But here we go. I'll quickly play a video. I'll give you a little love to bring it fetch.
Oh my god, it's finally here.
I think you mean oh my goddess.
Our adventures are finally going to be told.
And blasted all over social media.
I mean, it was only a matter of time before someone caught us.
Do you think the world is really ready to see our night of passion?
Well, I promise a good amount of violence.
And lots of lust. The women were delectable that night.
Sorry, boys. Brink doesn't swing that way, but I'm ready to play.
It's sad, but I support your decision. Well, as long as it's not that guy.
Yeah, that guy is scary.
What's scary is how long I've been waiting for this.
You never had a problem waiting when you were in my hands.
Fetch! Stop teasing me!
I thought you liked when I teased you.
You'll be seeing more of us in Brink and Fetch. Just want to have fun. We'll be waiting!
Alright, so the videos themselves, they go in pretty quick. You just hit this upload. Let me see. I can't tell if you actually see what I have listed here. But I go to my videos. No, I can't see it, so it's not there now. But you would, if you could see it, you'd see it's just my computer's background where I have the different things. Now I'm just looking for a video, and we're going to go over video making at the end. Don't worry. You just click it, you upload it. It's really that simple. Same thing with your images. For image sizes, I think you can look it up online. That's, I think, how I found the perfect size. Just literally use Google. Half the things you want to know, you can use Google to find out. And this is our music, the different types of music. I picked the rock music because that's just how I roll. But you got some cinematic, feeding the ducks, daydreaming, into space. I like daydreamings for meetings. You guys saw on the first page with all those, I had the different meeting setups. Here's night driving. We'll do that for a little while, and you can control the volume of it. There we go. See, now we have the video uploaded, and we'll come back and watch that video at the very end without this. So this is just your side stuff, private chats going on. I'm not going to show it to you. Oh, actually, I can show it to you. There's nothing here. I'm in this room there. Sometimes the private chats stay, sometimes they don't. Assume they're not, because most of the time the private chat, for whatever reason, disappears. And it should, but every so often I get stuck. And here, again, just settings, layouts, group stuff. If you have any questions about it, you can feel free to call and ask me. Message me, we can go over it. This is a two-person studio. Let's hit all the buttons. So this is single. Hi, this is just me. This is the most awkward one. I don't like this, the side-by-side. I like the side-by-side like this. It shows the image I used for the background. Remember, we saw the backgrounds when we went to, we went over here to, oh, you can't see it anymore because it's not on the screen. The backgrounds are found over here, down here on the right-hand side. You can have all the different backgrounds. So back to our screen setups. Here we go. This is two side by side. This is, I'm going to have to show it to you what we're going after here. So let me do that. Oh, maybe I can screen share this while we do it. Nah, it's still be the same thing. I'm not going to be able to show it, so I'll just keep going off of it. So right here are the buttons we're doing. So as I do them, I'll do it. So that's the side by side was this one, right? Or back here, and then the other side by side right here. And then this is the threefold one right here. So big me, two guests on my side, and I'll explain moving guests around in just a second. And then this is a solo. Now, where the person is will matter to all of these, and I'll explain that in 1 second. I'll show it to you right now, as a matter of fact. So I'm going to back out of here, but you can see that I'm on screen now. It's pretty cool. So again, this is this button. Here we go. So this is this button. I'm going to show you something. When you hit this, you remove a person. When you put it there, you bring them back, and then you can go full screen. There's a little icon right here. See it all the way at the bottom of your screen right now? Right upper top. Oh, look, it's actually showing that now. Cool. I wasn't showing that before. So yeah, that was the dots I was telling you about. So here we go. I can even change, believe it or not, you can change someone else's name if you want to. So this is a solo layout. That'll bring them up to that. You hit it again, you bring them back out. All right. And I know this is very boring, some of it. So thank you for bearing with me. All right. So here we go. Oh, I think we're about here. So, okay. So remember I told you it matters where you are. So if I switch that, now look, that video camera, which is Bobby, Cat Dad Gregory, whoever that is, has the main screen. They can talk about that, and I can hang out on the side. I could still be on vocally, as you can hear, but I don't have to be on it. Notice my position is different from them now. The only thing that's always weird, it doesn't show the screen share here, which I don't understand, but it'll show it here. And of course, here's a more basic one. So that was the one where you're just talking to it. I call it the anchor one. I don't know what they call it, but oh, they call it the news layout. Okay, so I can always call it the anchor one. So the screen layout, the two of us on the side, and then when you have 10 people, there'll be 10 people across. One of the newer ones I like is this bottom one. And the next one here is just a solo layout, as you'll see. It just went to all that. But now I'm on the screen again. So that's really just how you control all that. Finally getting down to the bottom here. This is, and I'll take myself off the screen. So here we go. Stop camera. This is your settings. You can see there all the hotkeys and stuff for you. As a guest, I don't think you get as many settings. Here's the screen share. How do I do a screen share? You go over here, you go to screen, and you can't see it now, but you do. When you pick the screen share, it'll just ask it asks you literally on your computer the screens you have open, and it just shares your screen. Sharing, this is a link to let anyone come in. Share is where you actually start your screen. So you can also do slides, which is pretty cool from your computer or Google thing. You can do a video file. You can do stop screen. It would say start if you don't have one. Here's the invite that I was talking about. And of course, the X is leave the studio. That is basically StreamYard. It sounds intimidating until you play with it a little bit. It's very intuitive. It's got a great layout. Again, I like them over other companies that are doing this, and I have used OBS. But for now, that's StreamYard in a nutshell in 30 minutes. So there was a lot to explain. And again, remember to learn to use this because this will help where people are. You can switch. And the way I'm doing it, if you can't see it before, I just put my mouse pointer right over the actual top image and just swing it to left to right. Now, I will say that you can do things from your phone. There's sometimes audio issues when you go from your phone. There is sometimes video issues, and you can't control it as easily. Ooh, why is there an arm there? Ooh, what could that be? So I'm going to actually turn this to just us now. And you can kick a person from the room, by the way. You can just remove them entirely. The reason I can't right now is that person has my login, that Bobby Gregory guy. But if they're just a guest, you can not only kick them out, but ban them as well. I just didn't have an access point for that. All right, so we're done with that. So we're going to go over talk about OBS. Now, before I start OBS, you can use any video software you want. As a matter of fact, I've made videos even for Kickstarter using this, recording clips, putting them over in that video cache and hitting play and using it like a mixer bar to make videos. I like OBS because I can overlay pictures a lot more to my liking. And I'll show you what I mean, including the different size files that I can do. So we're going to go once again for a screen share. We're going to go over here to OBS. OBS is a software that's actually free. You guys can see it, and I'll blow it up now. If you notice right away, the settings on this, and I'm just going to show you a basic rundown. This is a lot more complicated. I'm going to give you an overhaul of this, but I'm going to give you the simplistic about it. And if anyone wants a 201 course on this or a personal, like just asking me questions, feel free. So we had a guest on, Sunrise Blossom. I made that. I had to make it for TikTok. I wanted to make a cool looking video for them. They were a great guest. So I did that. And then, so left to right, these scenes are my different scenes, the videos I've made. Right here are all the things I've implemented. This is your mixer bar in the center. The scene transitions, I don't do scene transitions. And the reason I use OBS, by the way, as opposed to the Adobe is very tasking on the system, but it is very professional. I also, I'm a single dad. I try to advocate. I've got comics to create. So while I could do a lot more Spielberg videos, I generally, honestly, take 5 to 10 minutes to make most of my videos. 15 is too long for me. If I'm taking 15 minutes to make a 1-minute video, I feel like I'm doing really bad. I'm not trying to be a filmographer. I learned how to do all that stuff. That is definitely a 201 class, Adobe. Adobe is not easy. OBS is easy. That's why I'm showing it to you guys today. And over here, it's really simple. Start streaming. Then you have to use IP keys and stuff. We're not going to go over that today. I'm going to suggest you use this for making videos. So the 3 things you need to know, well, you have settings. So settings in here is actually where we do the video. So remember I told you about the video. I said I have it set to a different thing. That's on purpose because I was making TikToks. So now I want to go back to my normal sizes. The good thing is the normal sizes are generally here. I had it written down to what it was last, because I like to keep my settings, and we were set at, and here, sometimes it doesn't let me do it. So I'm going to put 1080, and if you're a nerd like me, you'll know these very well. 1920, oops, that's totally wrong. 1080 by 1920. It's just changing you'll see the minute we do this, we're going to go from a rectangle that's sideways to more of a longer rectangle, almost box, what you're more used to on YouTube. And for some reason, that didn't work. I don't know why that didn't work. Weird. Oh, I think it's because I'm doing my thing backwards. It's 1080 by, that's what it is. Or I didn't save it. Bear with me being the dyslexic and having to type a lot of numbers. I hate when I can't just paste. 1080. Now, if you ever do this to yourself and you screw it up, you can always re-download it. Yeah, because now it's being a pain in the butt. It does this every so often. All right. Oh, it's got the right thing. Let me see the output. So the output's there, the video's there. Canvas. Why? Maybe it is me. Maybe I wrote it down dyslexically. Yeah, I'm a dyslexic. There we go. So now it converts everything. So that's my son, Jackson. He's an amazing kid, but he has autism. Early on, when the symptoms started to show themselves, one of the things I noticed about him, and this moment captured it. All right, so that just started to play on its own. This is actually a video I made. I'll show it to you in the end. I just want to show you the different things. So, and again, this is going to be really quick, guys, because there's so much to talk about with this, but I'm trying to be quick. You can turn things on and off, see, by using the I button. The lock makes it so it doesn't move around when you don't have it locked. And I'll show you right now, and you guys are going to see some stuff behind the scenes. So when you don't have it locked, you can literally move things. So we have a human moment. I can move the human moment, but if I try to move anything else here, it won't move. It's locked in. So you can use these to transition while you're recording a video. You can turn things on. And what I like is, see the media source right here? I usually use my iPhone for literally a voice memo, and I import a voice memo to do that. Media source could also be so that's my son, Jackson. Yeah, that's just my audio. So it calls it itself media source 2. You can also implement other videos. Sometimes I'll take 2 videos and cut them together to make them run quicker, especially if I'm editing out anyone interrupting, or, you know, phone rings or someone coughs. I can use that to edit a video. If I'm making a short, you can put music. Again, I get all my music sourced from YouTube Library. I find YouTube transfers to all the different sites the best so far, but again, I can't guarantee it, that if you put it from YouTube to Instagram, Instagram won't get pissed off, because Instagram might not have the same rights. That's copyright, but for the most part, I've been safe on that. Usually it's people not getting full permissions, just using a video song they think is cool, or trying to slide one underneath that gives us the most problems. So you put all these things together, you mix them around, and you put it in. I know this is a lot quicker, but trust me when I say this, it'd be hard to explain everything. But as you can see, you can turn on different transitions. So that's my son, Jackson. And I'll let you see the whole video in just a minute, because we just actually uploaded it today for that, because I am live on Kickstarter. And what I try to do is change the video once a week when possible. But again, you can see I move things around, change things out, and this is how I make my videos. Now, I can do transitions, and you can add a swipe on this, and here we go, just add a swipe, and now it'll swipe left. Oh, you're not seeing that. All right, so it would swipe, and it does duration when you hit that, and it adds it in where you want it. See right here, see me, I don't like any of that. I don't need any of that. So I just take it all off. I don't do transitions. I don't need to. I leave it on just the cut. And then you just record a video. You put all the elements in. Again, this could be a 2-hour conversation. This is very basic to give you an idea of what I do and how I do it. And because I was asked about it. So let's do this real quick. So we're just about at the end of this now. If you have more questions, feel free to ask at the Comic Book School. So a lot of my educational content, after talking with Buddy for this, I'm going to be putting on the Comic Book School forum. I'm going to be using the forums at Comic Book School to talk about educational stuff. So that's what I'm going to share with you right now so you guys can see. And sorry about drinking. I'm just talking a lot. So here we are, Comic Book School. I'm going to sign in real quick. Up at the top right-hand corner. I don't want you guys, because it does actually show the password on this. So I don't want you guys seeing my password or the email I use. No offense. I get too many spam emails. This is an email I don't really give to people. So I'm loving it. Let's play some music. Night driving. It's just taking a minute to log in because I have too many things working. I'm going to actually turn off the OBS because now you get an idea how I make my videos, answering that question. So, of course, you want to go to, by the way, Reels, Instagram, Facebook. Put your videos there. That's why I showed you how to transition it. Use your phone to record a screen. Get your content out there. Be on TikTok. TikTok's a great place to be on. I'm getting notifications right now on my phone about it. I sometimes literally hold this up and just take the images for a TikTok video. I am going to celebrate my 1 millionth view in less than a year very soon on TikTok. Very, very soon. So I'm pretty excited about that. Go to YouTube with your shorts, your reels. The YouTube itself lets you do shorts now. And be sure to talk about it. Put it on your social media. Get excited about it. Share it with other people. Stop just expecting to make something and people are going to seek you out. Of course, put it on your Kickstarters and even put it in updates if you can by going through YouTube. We'll actually talk about social media through Comic Book School in the community. This was something I figured this was going to be a very lonely thing because I was explaining stuff, and this is a 101. When we do a 201, I will have other people in the room. We're going to assume the basics have been covered with the 101. If you want a 201 class, again, go to the Comic Book School forums and tell me I want that. And again, we're going to take a quick look at the Comic Book School forums. You guys can see some stuff about the different forums, where they are, how to interact, the different groups we have, and they even have a help wanted section, which we're going to integrate into Comic Book Advocates very soon. And again, I'm going to be moving a lot of the educational stuff that I have onto either Comic Book School or into the forums themselves to help you guys out. And then I'll link it to there. This is a great place to get in touch with me, to talk with me, and I'll even put a new thing in while we're live right now talking to each other. You can find this by going to comicbookschool.com, and I'm just trying to figure out how to I'll put it in the main forum. I was trying to decide where I wanted to put it, so now I just put, you can subscribe so you hear everything, or you can hit the new discussion button, which I'll do, and I'll put 101. Actually, we'll do Beyond the Pause, which is our show today, videos, and I'm going to put StreamYard, StreamYard, yard tutorial, and I know I'm spelling it wrong, but I usually, not even close. Who's watching that can tell me? Tutorial. Oh, says I got it right. And then put your questions here from the video presentation of StreamYarding and making videos. All right. I'm hitting that 1 hour mark, so I got to be careful. I'm at 43 minutes. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the YouTube. So, and of course, go to Buddy Scalera's, Comic Book School. Comic Book School by Buddy Scalera. There it is. Make sure to like the videos we do too. You can share them. Do not hit the dislike. Don't be that person. Only dislike people if they're saying something that personally endanger you or talk badly about it. Otherwise, let it be. So we're going to go over to my studio, go to my channel, and right now we should be live, which we are right here. If I'm quick enough, I'll catch it. We're going to go over. I wasn't catching it, but I didn't make it horrible. So we're going to take that link and we're going to put it in here. Oh, we forgot to put your questions. Your questions here from, and we're going to tag Kevin, who asked me to make this. So let me see. At Kev. Oh, it's not letting me tag. I'll tag him in the comments after this. Put your questions here from the video presentation of StreamYard. Make sure you double check your wording on things, especially if you're like me, yarding. It's stream, S-T-R-E-A-M, yarding. I think it just gave up on me on that one tutorial. If it's spelled wrong, I'll figure it out later. So now it's there. You guys can ask me. Anyone can join this community. This is for creators. Please join us. If you are just a fan and not a comic book creator, want to know how to StreamYard, you're still a content creator, so welcome to it, you know. And here we are. And then remember I said I was going to tag Kevin, so I'm going to reply to myself and see if I can't get Kevin in here. There we go. So we're getting. Now, this is something I said to people the other day. When you don't use your real names, it's very hard to find you. Luckily, I know Kevin's thing. So use your real names. And we're going to put, hope this answers all your questions. Now, for this series, as of right now, I am planning to do possibly one of these a month. So if you have a question, put it in there. If we find a need to do this more than once a month, it'll be bi-weekly. This won't be a weekly show, just so everyone knows. Oh, it didn't do questions. I didn't like the capital. All right, so that's the end of it. What we can go to is some self-promotion. Now, remember, to self-promote yourself is good. Don't spam people. I'm so close to 600, almost halfway to the goal. Where's all my peeps, yo? Come back, brother, when he makes 100. Break out the crayons for this Cat Dad cover. Now, I did use, and I'm going to show you, so we were looking at it, the background of it. Here is that video I promised you. I'm going to turn off the music. And then I'm going to play a promo for what Backer Pause normally is. I thank all the people who joined me live. I'm sorry I didn't get to any comments if there were. I know I don't have, and I just realized it now. So one thing, and this is good to know while it's happening, StreamYard for some reason now literally makes my things private. I don't know if that's a mistake somehow or something to do with whatever, but it happens. So just be mindful of it. But here we go, 593. Make 100, break out the crayons, and we made a video for it. So here's that new video. I'll come back on, say goodbye, and then I'm out of here. Make sure to check us out weekly on Wednesdays, 9 p.m. live on the Facebook and Comics Newswire, or just check our YouTube channel at 9 p.m. That's comicbookadvocates.com on YouTube, and you'll see the video by 9 p.m. on Wednesdays, unless I'm taking a week off. So here we go. This is the Cat Dad video I made using OBS. In the beginning, there were farts that hopefully taught some moral lessons about bullying. And now Team Cat Dad is back. And this time, we're trying to figure out what makes a hero. A story that examines popularity versus heroics while teaching children how real people can inspire heroic tales. The entire creative team is back for this. So that's the old one I had. This is exclusively new. Go back and check the old one out on YouTube. Now we have something different. So that's my son Jackson. He's an amazing kid, but he has autism. Early on, when the symptoms started to show themselves, one of the things I noticed about him, and this moment captured it perfectly and inspired me to write comic books about him and really want to write children's books, was the imagination that he had. This inspired everything behind Cat Dad and Supermom. All the stories I've written, all the stories I'm gonna write, it all comes back to this moment when he was playing at a convention and he was just having fun and he'd really tapped into it. He was very much in the moment. With autism, sometimes it's hard to bring a child out of that shell. And so I created a comic book hoping to reach him, because at this point he would just rip up comic books, and I wanted him to really experience the written word and all that it could bring. So I created a comic book about him, and I showed him the process. And sure enough, when that first comic book was printed, it changed him. It changed how he looked at books, and I'm always going to think that that was a turning moment. Him coming out of his shell. and him really enjoying not only the written word, but exploring his imagination. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video and encourage you to go to Cat Dad and Supermom and check out this campaign. A little behind the scenes, TikTok, it was a 1 minute video. TikTok's very much about 1 minute. You can do a 3 minute video, but you don't get people to be able to stitch and duet it. We'll talk about TikTok maybe in another one of these episodes for educational purposes, but not through the backer pause thing. But just so you know, that we had that 1 minute video, and I then voiced over to finish what I had been saying in the TikTok video and gave it some background. So that's that. Again, you have any information, go to comicbookschool.com, join our forums, and I can give you that information if you need to know more of the information, or even if you want to talk about this. And definitely back Cat Dad and Supermom after that video. I think I earned your dollar. Remember, support back, and I'm going to give you this. This is important. Here you go. The power of a dollar. The power of a single dollar. One single dollar can help make dreams come true. Every dollar is a declaration of support and belief. It helps the creators and the teams behind the book. Just $1 helps create new worlds and keeps creators creating. And that's very important, because when you back someone for $1, you're also letting people who are following you and other people who backed your campaigns know that you backed it. So $1 can help start a stuck campaign, which is why I'll probably be asking a couple of my friends to consider donating $1, because I know a lot of people look at this book like it's only for kids. And that's a marketing issue with this. And we'll talk about marketing in comic book school at one point. And if not, I'll break off and do a special about it. We're trying to give you the most we can at comic book school. Go out there, check it out. Remember, free downloads from Comic Book School are available. Remember, the award season is in high gear right now. Check it out on Facebook, Independent Creator Awards. I didn't put comics there, but it is technically the Independent Creator Comics Awards. It's a mouthful. We just make the C look double. I think we actually either doubled the C this year, or we have like the second power thing. And here's Comic Book School. And a little nifty 201 trick I'll give you right there. If you make an image and in Photoshop, you just leave this blank, no background. That's how I accomplished this. But that's a 201 class. And that's it. I hope you guys have learned something today. Actually, these are fun but hard videos to do. So if I miss something, I apologize. Ask me a question. I'll be happy to answer it. And that's it. Make sure to subscribe to Comic Book School's YouTube channel and subscribe to the site itself. I'd appreciate it if you do the same for Comic Book Advocates. My name is Mr. Anderson. It's been a pleasure bringing this programming to you. And on the way out, I'm going to show you what our Backer Pause program normally looks like by playing the intro. And join us for that every Wednesday at 9 p.m. This is, oh, by the way,
comics are awesome.
Yep, that's the truth. So here is our running for Backer Pause. Welcome to Backer Pause, where creators bravely put up their projects to be judged by others to see if their title, their description, their image, and their video can get through the experience of Backer Pause. What is Backer Pause? Backer Pause is when you suddenly find a reason that you might not pause, or you've lost interest in a project. So join us as these campaigns are put through the ringer of the Backer Pause jury and judges. Tune in and tell us if you experience Backer Pause in the comments. Brought to you by comicbookadvocates.com, where the love of comics come first, and hosted by Mr. Anderson, the comics writer who creates stories that travel the realms of fetish monsters and more, and the more is ever expanding. Be a pair. Be a pair. Be professional. Be ethical. Be authentic. Be respectful. Remember, in this industry for comics,